Could you touch on really quickly the difference between Lagree and Pilates?
Yeah, this honestly could be a podcast
Yeah,
episode in
really?
itself.
Okay.
There's a lot of nuance needed. I'll give a quick history lesson. So Joseph Pilates created the Pilates method,
Mhm.
mid 1900, I want to say like 1950s ish. So it's been around for a while. It was designed as a way to rehab bodies. So it was soldiers coming back from war. He was also, I think, affiliated with the circus in some way. So like when circus performers would get injured, they would come to him for rehab methods.
Mhm.
So it was like a physical therapy type, and that's where kind of a lot of the stretching, a lot of the low impact aspects come. It was later popularized by ballerinas as a fitness method because they started doing it as a way to rehab from their own injuries. So it kind of took off more from being popularized, one being a Black woman, popularized through the ballerina community. So that's Pilates. Fast forward to the late 1990s when Sebastian Lagree was a Pilates instructor and saw an opportunity to create a new method that applied like lifting and bodybuilding principles on top of a similar resistance-based machine. So that's kind of like the evolution and why I describe to people they are distant cousins, like
Mhm.
third cousin removed kind of thing. So there are some elements where you'll see similarities, but the main difference is the objective of the methods is very different. So like I said, the origin story of Pilates is more about like rehabilitation, mind muscle connection. It tends to be a calmer environment versus Lagree is optimized for high intensity without impact. So you're still getting so it's still low impact, but you're
Mhm.
still getting your heart rate up the same way you would for a HIIT workout. So the ways that you go through the moves is different than you would for Pilates.
Okay.
Now there are different types. Where it gets confusing is like a lot of Lagree studios still associate themselves with Pilates. They'll have
Mhm.
Pilates in the name. And I think that's just because that's a mental model that people have of like, this machine is similar to a reformer machine, but they are pretty different. And I think both Pilates, classical, and Lagree will tell you they're not the same. There's some, I think, beef in the industry, I'll say, between the two, but it really boils down to them just being different fitness methods.